Oh, Kaylee. The only thing I don't see is that there's usually a check. There's usually a check.
Hello, everyone. I'd like to call the Are we getting out of that? Is that better? It's okay. Does that sound good? How's that?
Try a different microphone.
This one's better? Okay, this one's better? Okay, so this one might work for a while. We'll see what we can do with it, okay? Okay, welcome everybody. We're going to start this meeting at 7:04. Nobody changed the clock. 7:04, March 18, 2026. Is anybody recording this besides YouTube and Peter Barker? No other hands? Okay. All right, very good. So that took care of that. I think we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance first, and then I have an announcement. Out of respect, please silence all phones and remove your hats for a moment of silence, and then the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, the announcement that I have to make right now is that we have a deputy sheriff up in the back. After the last board meeting, we requested that they be in this meeting. If residents get unruly, out of line, disrespectful, threatening, any kind of behaviors that would be considered something that they shouldn't be involved in a board meeting with, then we will ask the deputy to escort you out. If at that point you choose not to do so and the behaviors escalate, then we will have you trespass from the clubhouse until further notice. Okay. Yeah, and then you can be arrested, but we won't go that far. Hopefully, this meeting will be respectful, and hopefully people will understand the severity of the fact that other people just want to come here and listen to the board meeting, be actively involved, and have a quiet, peaceful, kind of informative evening. So that's what we'd all like to have, I think. So thank you. Okay, this is where I'll hand it over to, the approval of the minutes. I can do the approval of the minutes. The approval of the minutes, Board of Directors meeting, February 18th, 2026. I'd like to make a motion that we accept these minutes as written. Do I have a second? Okay. Any discussion?
Hello? Is it on?
Hello? And it says you can't. There you go. We got you.
Okay,
Okay.
Lucille McGuire from Unit 4. I'd like to speak on the minutes of February 18th. Don't mind me, I have laryngitis. The way it was written and the way I observed it are two different things. Okay. When it came to the point of the vice president wanting to adjourn it, it was because there was a disruption. But the disruption was not about the recall. It was during the president's presentation of what she was interpreting or wanted us to have. And the gentleman in the back kept yelling, screaming, he wanted attention. And you told him he couldn't, but it kept going and going. It wasn't because of the person who was talking to you about the recall. That had happened way before, and it only, her coming up was only after the vice president adjourned the meeting.
Okay. Was that,
What particular part was that at?
well, she's talking about when it adjourned.
Okay, the adjournment happened when not when everything else was going on, but when the president started going on about her presentation, what she wanted to say. And it didn't happen immediately. It happened when she started saying how people that don't pay their dues are gonna be suffering because they're gonna have things taken away from them, amenities. And this gentleman, way in the back, he started in, he wanted answers. That is what,
Disrupted the speaker.
yeah, it disrupted her, and she kept telling him to be quiet, and he kept going and going. It had nothing to do with the person by the name of, Sheila Bresket disrupting that meeting. When she started at the beginning, after the minutes of last month were approved, she was told to sit down and she did.
We'll have to table it because it was hard to hear what was said anyway.
Well, all you have to do is look at the meeting.
Right, I did, that's how it was transcribed from the meeting, because
Well,
we didn't have a tape of this.
the other thing is that minutes are not verbatim. They are they're just snippets of what took place.
they're
There's an
not,
outline of it.
okay, but I'm just saying they were not done in order. The way it's written by you, or should I say, by you, it wasn't the way it happened.
Okay, so we'll table them and listen to the meeting again.
I'm looking at I don't know what what to know.
I'll gladly sit with you and watch the meeting with you.
I'll make a motion to table the February 18th, right, the minute meetings, you're seconding, all those in favor? We'll watch that again and see what we can do with them. Aye.
And can I have Gladys?
Yes.
Can
Okay.
I have Gladys invite me at the time she's gonna review that, please?
You can come over to my house, sure.
Well, whatever way you want to do it, I'd appreciate
That's
it.
what you have to do.
Okay, I'll go over, let me know.
Okay, what is your phone number?
It's in the book.
It's not in the book.
I'll
I'll give it to you later.
You don't know.
Okay, so we'll move on to the emergency legal meeting that took place on March 2nd. I make a motion that we accept the minutes as written. Do I have a second? Second. Any discussion? Correct.
States in there that you left. States in there, Richard, that you left the meeting.
I have to, I said I have to abstain because I didn't stay for the meeting, is all that was, okay?
All right, that's in there that you left.
I really don't feel I have to explain it right now, thank you.
Okay, so I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Okay, we've got not used to. You're all set. Okay. And now the letters of correspondence. Actually, Terry, did you want us to read the letter again, or are you all set with us just letting you know that, or let everybody know that Colin agreed to, if we had a general liability? Do you want me to read it again for the Humane Society?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let me find the letter. Okay, dear Board of Directors, we are requesting the BCPO BOD approval to host a Humane Society event open to Brookridge residents and others from the outside community as well. We have met the clubhouse manager and have selected the date of May 2nd, 2026 at the Pavilion from 9 a.m. to 12. Coffee and donuts will be served. There is availability, and the event won't interfere with other events on the schedule. Possible animals in cages on the site and outdoors. Please let us know if this is approved. And I spoke with Terry about the insurance. Colin, I had to get a hold of him to make sure that we were covered insurance-wise if we had animals on the property. We haven't gotten the certificate yet. We're waiting for that, but we've approved this as long as we get the certificate to give to him. Colin said as long as the animals are in their cages when they come and they're on leashes, in case of any other event, Humane Society had to give them a general liability for Brookridge to have them here, and they've agreed to do so, correct? So that's been agreed to. They're hosting a Humane Society event, and Terry, did you want to speak on that?
Well, there's not much to say. You said it all.
Well, there's a young lady up there that's wanting to know what it is.
We're going to plan on having some animals here.
I'll do it, Terry, I'm good. Okay.
You hear me? Got it now?
Yes.
Okay. The men's club wants to sponsor a get-together. Maybe we can get some animals adopted, get them out of the places they're in. Just a simple thing. We're gonna have donuts and coffee, and maybe we can adopt a few animals. That's all there is to it.
Terry, donations, all the food, they can bring food in for the dogs and cats.
Yeah, exactly right, thank you. You can bring donations of food for dogs and cats to give to the Humane Society, if you'd like to do that. Any and all participants will be appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you. I think that's going to be a wonderful event, so I hope everybody comes out. And remember, any donations that can help out the Humane Society would be greatly appreciated. I have to make another one? Okay, so we tabled it? Okay. So I make a motion that the Men's Club have their Humane Society event on May 2nd, 2026 from 9 to 12 at the Pavilion. I'll second it. Any discussion? Yes, Colin has said. No, the liability form that Terry is getting from the Humane Society will have Brookridge's name right at the bottom of it, and therefore, yes. Yes, yes. Yep, they know we have to have it on file before the event. Okay, so as long as we've got all the discussion, any more? All those in favor? Aye. Have fun at the event, guys, I know I will.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, don't I have to do it? We have to- Oh, okay. Okay, so Vivian and Alan, did you want to come up and? Okay.
Vivian and Alan Blair, Unit 4.
No.
Give it a second.
Never here. Vivian and Alan Blair, Unit 4. The Jingles Club is sponsoring a 4th of July celebration here. All residents are invited. It's for residents only. We're not having the outsiders. We're gonna have a golf cart parade from 10 to 11. We're gonna have food. We're gonna have games. We're gonna have a Chinese auction, some music, and we want everybody to come out and have a good time. It's not gonna cost anybody anything. It's all for free. What you'll do is if you play games or donate some time to help with things, you get tickets. Tickets go into the Chinese auction. If you wanna donate something, you know, we're hoping to get a dessert table. We got wonderful cooks in this community. You know, bake a batch of cookies, brownies, a cake. We're gonna put it all on the table for everybody to help themselves. We're also gonna have drinks and popcorn. And we hope everybody comes. We're gonna get flyers up on the boards. You can contact us if you wanna donate something. We're gonna need water, cups, plates, forks, and napkins. All will be appreciated. If you can't donate, come and have fun anyways. Thank you. Oh, and that is on the 4th of July, which is a Saturday, 10 to 4.
If you have visiting family, are they welcome?
Well, yeah, we're not gonna turn them away, but you don't invite, you know, no outsiders. But if they're visiting, you know. Any other questions? We hope to see you. We'll have a good time. Thank you.
So I believe, I make a motion that we approve Jingles Club being able to have their 4th of July celebration on July 4th from 10 to 4 at the clubhouse. And I think that's all I need. You second it? Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Everybody that wants to help, please come forward. Everybody that wants to donate food, goodies, what have you, please come forward. That's all I need. So, a letter from Jeanette, the Veterans Committee. Jeanette sent me a letter. What did I do with it? Oh. Okay, there we go. Okay, this letter is from Jeanette from the Fatiga, from the Veterans Committee. It says, I am writing this letter because I took over the Veterans Committee in my husband's memory. I'm so frustrated that I can't get people to come out to these meetings. We are doing Christmas in July with the 708 Marine Corps and other veterans committees in our area. We're going to 3 nursing homes to distribute wish list items. I'm so disappointed in the lack of involvement. I wish and hope we can get this program back on track and come up with some ideas to move forward. If you want to help out with going to the nursing homes for the Christmas in July, please contact me. We're also going to help Jingles with the 4th of July celebration here at the clubhouse after Veterans Day. If I have to do it alone with the 4 volunteers that I have, I will. I will never forget our veterans for what they have sacrificed for us. I want to thank my committee, Sally and Bill Litchfield, and Rosemary and Steve Basteri, for always being there when I needed them. Please feel free to call me for any concerns or involvement. Please, I want to keep this committee alive and profitable. Thank you, Jeanette. And her number's on the bottom, but I'm not gonna give it out, so if somebody wants it, please just let us know. So anyway, that's from Jeanette. Okay, now comes the president's report. The first thing I want to do, the last meeting that we were having, we were trying to report on the LCAM GM position and what was going on with that. And I can tell you that as of Monday the 16th, George Roosh has passed his test, all five pieces of it, and the final testing, as well as all 5 of the tests that were after each one of the segments that they have to take. So he is passed with flying colors. We're waiting for his license to come. We have hired a code enforcement supervisor that is starting on March 23rd for training. And after he has been trained well enough to take on that position, George will take the role officially of the licensed LCAM GM position. Yeah, I'm happy about it as well. No, the new code enforcement gentleman does not live in here. And the other thing, yes, he is an ex-policeman for several years. He's also worked in code enforcement since he retired from his policing career. So he's been very well trained. So, and we met with him. I think he's going to be a good fit. I really do. So. Was it advertised?
Yes. No.
I think it was put on Indeed for quite some time. And we had 6, I think it was, for this, but they weren't qualified people to have.
Walmart workers and everything else.
Yes, so that didn't work out so well.
That's a bad thing.
Okay. He's gonna be able to come here and speak to you guys on any questions that you have once he takes the position. He'll be here before he takes it. Yeah, he'll take the position, come to the meeting, talk to you guys, and then he'll move forward. Well,
Come up here, please. Hold.
okay, the GM's role is not to be sitting in that chair. That Arlene wanted to do that. That's going to be Kelly. She's the clubhouse manager.
Give him a mic, will you please? Here.
Well, that one might be working.
Hello? Okay, all right. Part of the job description that I read, that she's supposed to, or he is supposed to attend the board meetings and be able to answer questions.
Correct, but he doesn't have to attend all board meetings.
Oh, that's not what I read,
Okay.
Catherine.
I will make sure that
You know,
it's posted
so-
what the GM's position and role actually is. So we'll make sure that you guys all get that, their job description. And then if there are any other, concerns or thoughts in order to be able to put in there, you're always welcome to come down to the office and we can talk about them and adjust them as need be.
And he talked with us.
George will be able to be here, yes.
Before he takes the position. We need to know if he's got qualifications in his past. We need
Okay, so I will make sure that he's here prior to his hiring, but he's in here.
Oh, he lives here.
Okay.
And I thought that was.
Okay. So, wait a minute. Okay, I need to move forward because there were a couple of things that happened over the weekend. One of them was a toilet paper towel difficulty that took place here at the clubhouse. And what we found out was there was some difficulties in the ordering process. So we have worked to make sure that we tighten that up and that won't happen again. The staff is fully aware of the direction that they need to take in order to be able to make sure that that doesn't happen. But it was handled incorrectly. So now we have a plan in place, so it won't happen again, hopefully. So hopefully that was taken care of. I want to make sure that everybody is aware that in Article 1 of our rules and regulations, it states specifically in Section 1 about solicitation, canvassing, petitioning, and it has the rules that encompass that. And I know that these rules have not been followed, and I know that I understand that some people are upset because signs have been taken down. And I can tell you, in replace of those signs, we're going to make sure that this is up. If you come to the board and anybody that has a sign, or to Kelly, the clubhouse manager, if she date stamps that and puts it up and it's an appropriate sign, then it will stay where it belongs. If it's an inappropriate sign, it will be taken down, just like we take the ones down that are out there on the pegboard. So that will be taking place, and I have a few of the petition things here if anybody wants to see them, so they'll know what we're talking about. We have them here. Okay. If anybody has any other questions about signs, we can talk to you about that down at the BOD office, the admin office. So, because we have all of the things there to give you the specs of what you have to do. But signs on properties, the only one you can have is a real estate sign that's in your window. That's the only one that I'm aware of, but you would have to ask code enforcement that. Okay? The next thing is, there are several rumors that are flying around. I get screenshots all the time of different things that are on the several different non-official Brookridge pages. And I'd just like to take a half a minute to inform everybody that although these things are on Facebook, I'll tell you what the facts of these are. And I've just picked out a few. One of them is the sign piece. All signs have to be approved by the board of directors, date stamped prior to being designated in any area that is a designated area. And that would include the ones up in the front that are on common area. One of the other ones is that I have taken the GM's money for last year. I would like to quash that quickly. I haven't taken a penny off the floor in the office, even when they're cleaning and they're sucking them up the vacuum cleaner. I make sure that they get them back. None of the board members, to my knowledge, have taken any extra special favors or certainly no money. So I wanted to make sure that that was clear. The other one is, there's the Golf Pro Shop. There's one out there about the Golf Pro Shop, and I'm not sure how this started. I had a couple of very nice conversations with the young lady that takes care of the Golf Pro Shop. I gave her the directions on how to advertise. I asked her to call me if she had any other further questions. It was stated that, like any other BOD members, they have the right to bring any signs to us for approval, and therefore they go into the clubhouse, or they can bring them to Kelly. There's a particular protocol that you have to follow. There's a reason for that, and it's because the Brookridge residents decided that they didn't want signs all over the place. They didn't have to want to look at them all the time. So we have to adhere to that. There is absolutely nothing been said to them about the fact that they cannot put signs up, certainly on their parts of the property, which they already do for their food trucks and what have you. But as far as having a problem with that, we have other people in the community that put their ads up, like the event that's taking place for 4th of July. So that's going to be in the news and views, I'm sure. Yes. So we did take care of that with them, so I'm not sure where that came from. The other thing is, I'd just like to end with just saying that we're all entitled to our opinions, our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions. Any decisions that we make, we're going to suffer the consequence for that. I'm hopeful that from this point forward, that we'll all show respect to all and try to remember that there are two sides to every story, and sometimes there's more. But if you have a question or a concern or an idea, like you say every time, any help that you want to be, we are at the office, at least 2 or 3 of us every day. So please come to the office and speak with us without going on Facebook, without being disrespectful, without naming names on Facebook, because that can be a crime depending upon the way it's done. So please, let's try to respect all. And thank you very much.
That was even worse. Okay, I'm not gonna read all this, but I had 2 financial reports back there. I'm gonna read January's, February's the same on this. You can see it, see treasury report, it's got the operating accounts and balances at the top. We've collected so far this year $316,529.52. Fines are $8,445. The interest is $18,936.72. Reason it's higher in February than January is maturity on those. Most of those maturity in February. Hall rental was $1,385. Donated, miscellaneous donated funds are $1,955. The screenings are $8,075. $4,875. That's what background checks are done, things like that. Let's see, the late fees are $2,102. The stopping fees, $8,844. Pool passes are $185. Screenings on here again, I'm not sure why she put screenings on here again, but in January we had $325, and it's still $325. Yeah, I'm not sure why she did that. It could have been employee screening, that's what that may have been. Let's see, at the bottom, and that comes to $386,825.74. The bottom's what I really keep track of. I want to see how much the percentage of the budget is being used. January was, of course, January numbers have the insurance in them, and I divided it by 4, split it up between the 4 departments. That's why you see January's numbers higher at $40,687.91, $40,834.28, $25,288, $40,990.40. And you'll see a big difference between January and February because the insurance is not, we didn't have any insurance except for one payment of $8,000.
Why isn't that itemized as insurance, you have added to wages?
No, it's not, that's not wages. That is added to the department.
It should be separate though, and then we know exactly what we paid in January. You said you divided it by 4, though.
Yeah, divided by four departments. Then it would look like line number 2, but you still have the expense of the about $80,000 for insurance.
Right, insurance on the financials on a separate line. It's not in with your wages or your.
This is every expense, wages,
I know.
what was used.
Insurance is separate line item.
Okay. That's not what, that's the way this thing has never been. Never been.
You will remember, we'll make sure.
Okay, February, $16,207.04. For admin office, $62,009. No, I'm sorry, these are totals. Total for January and February is $56,894.95 is what we spent. Facilities is $62,009.58. Public Works is $44,559.29. Code enforcement is $66,195.92. And of course, the budget is in the last column. The percentages are 10% for administrative, 19% facilities, 17% public works, and code enforcement is 15%. And of course, this is the one with all the money deposits, things like that. This has the account balances. I won't go to January and February, because I'll just take the totals. Brandon Bank has $230,640.97 in the money market. One CD has $160,618.76. Another CD has $153,495. And Capital City has $105,000. Make sure I'm reading that right. Okay, she has nothing on that line. Okay. Nothing, none accounted. All right, and then Capital City has $1,072,906.90. The Truist account has $212,495.16. The Truist CD has $40,099.05. 43, okay. Bank of Ozark has $252,921.27. Another Bank of Ozark has $117,958.57. Edward Jones has $1,481,317.13, for a total of $3,830,888.93. Okay, the operating accounts, which Brandon Bank is 1604 as of 2/28. It has $68,574.75. Brandon Bank, this is the business account, has $222,488.90. 4901 with Capital City, that is the donated funds, has $31,781.39. Capital City 9201 has $15,922.45. And Truist has Truist bank account 8688 has $5,665.02. total operating is $344,432.59. And the reason that when you look at this page, the reserve account's one's gonna be off because we paid the sauna down payment for the sauna repairs. And the other one was where we paid Spectre back there where they fixed that pavement. And that reflects the difference from, the difference. And I will say one other thing, somebody will be confused about this Capital City 901. Undoubtedly, she put this on the wrong column, it's 9201. Well, it's January is off. So 9201 should have been up there in the reserve account because the 15,000 is 10,000 more than what's on there. And that is because that $10,000 balance is what we're going to owe to finish the sauna when it's done. That's what was on there.
Okay, next is the Friday night bingo settlement. Friday night bingo was to get their 501(c) to continue bingo as a nonprofit. It became clear that they were not filing for that license, but had established a corporation. After trying to meet with Friday night bingo representatives to give back their equipment and then no showing, Friday night bingo hired a lawyer to sue us for the equipment. We have now agreed on the equipment that they wanted back. We had 3 members of the board sign the settlement agreement and meet with the representatives from Friday night bingo to retrieve the equipment. We voted to do that at an emergency meeting on 2/12, and we signed the agreement, and all the equipment has been picked up. As you can see, the TVs are gone and all their stuff is gone. Our deductible was $10,000, and then insurance had to pay about $5,000 more. So we had to pay $10,000 because that was our deductible, and then insurance paid. It was $4,900 or something that insurance had to then pick up. Yes. Yes, it caught. Yeah, essentially. That was not our issue. That was not our desire. They're the ones that initiated the lawsuit. We told them 3 times. Nobody showed up. That's our story. That's what we know.
People, you can talk during member comments, but please decorum, please. Thank you.
Next is under unfinished business, which is actually now finished. It's finished business. Scepter Avenue repair. The repair is completed, and the total cost was $8,800. It was paid to ADP Advanced Stabilization. This is actually unfinished business, the refinishing of the parquet wood floor of the stage. We do have the 3 bids now, and I make a motion to accept. I'll tell you what the 3 bids are. One's from Awesome Hardware. It's $4,200. They will put 2 ceramic polyurethane coatings and 1 sealer coat after finishing and sanding the stage. Barcelo's Flooring will they will sand and finish the stage, then put 2 coats of polyurethane oil-based. Awesome Hardwood is water-based. The oil-based we'd have to close the clubhouse for several days because of the fumes. They would put 2 coats and then that was it, no sealer. Then there was footprints floors. Oh, the price. $4,062. Then footprints floors, they would sand and finish, put 2 coats of commercial water-based finish. We would get to choose the stain, which all of them say that we're able to choose the stain. And would also not put on a top coat. That was, the total for that is $4,964. So I make a motion to accept Awesome Hardwood LLC because they'll put 2 ceramic polyurethane coatings and 1 sealer coat at $4,200. Do I have a second? Drying time? I know you can't use it for a couple days, but I don't know what the actual drying time. I can find out. Oh, it's definitely different, but I don't know how long. Yeah. Okay, do I have a second motion to approve? Awesome.
Yeah, I have some questions that it's kind of puzzling to me. Barcelos has a quantity 677 square feet times $6 coming to 4,062. If you look at footprints, they have 500 square feet times $9 coming to 4,500. And you have, what do we have? Do we have 677 square feet? Or do we have 500? If it was 500 square feet, Barcelos would only be 3,360 in my math. And
It's
then
oil-based,
the other one, Awesome says 560. And
They all came up with
750.
different square footage and they
Yeah.
all came
Well,
to the
we
stage.
have to know what the correct square footage is. You know, so that they're actually, you know, you can't have 3 beds with all different
Okay,
square footage.
Richard, the square
Doesn't make
footage that
sense.
you're talking about being different, if you'll notice, on each one of the coats that we got, they're coating different pieces of the stage that we did not request for them to do. One of them is doing the stairs, and the other one is doing the stairs and the front part of the stage, and that was not what they were asked to do.
So what are we asking to do? No stairs, just the stage? And are we going
The
to the very
request
back?
was
What are we
to do the
doing?
stage. They wanted to do the stage, so that's what we wanted bids for, was the stage. The other places that you find more square footage added other pieces that we
Well,
did not
we should have
request they do.
been comparing apples to apples, not apples to oranges.
Okay, Richard, well, if you'd like to table this and take this project on, that would be great. I know that they want the floor to be done. I can tell you that
I'm
the square
feeling-
footage on the stage of the hardware LLC is the same one that they came up with for just the stage piece itself.
Okay, fine, but if Barcelos is at 677 and you take off the stairs and that, then at $6 a square foot for 500 square feet would be 3,360, which would be way lower than anybody else's, is what I'm saying.
why are you taking bids that include other things?
We didn't request bids for other things. They dropped them off and I called them and they said, normally they do stairs and the front part of the stage. I said, that is not what we want. They said, take those off.
Well, then you should have told them to come back with another bid with just the stage.
Correct. The problem with that is that we have a time frame that has to be met and so do they. So in order to be able to, I mean, we can go back and reestablish ones that just take care of the stage itself.
So then you have to but if you're not gonna seal the top.
Well,
Okay,
the other thing that, now you're saying you want water-based, why didn't you specify that in the beginning with all of the bidders,
First of all,
instead of,
they
you know.
didn't get the quote. I got the quote.
correct.
Because I got 3 quotes because we're putting in the new stage curtains that this community is paying for because you won't. And the stage curtains are gonna be up, and I don't want that floor sanded and all the dust going right into the new curtains. That's the push. And we asked for it, nobody had time on the board to get estimates, so I got estimates. And the water-based, oil-based, I'm not a contractor. The guy who she wants to use is going to seal it, and it needs to be sealed. I think that first vote is exceptional,
Exactly.
and it needs to be done now. And right.
want to take a vote of the members? Is that what you want? I don't know.
The difference between oil and the polyurethane is you do not polyurethane over oil. Oil is a different substance. It lasts longer than your polyurethane. You don't put plastic, which what a polyurethane is a plastic coating, over an oil base. You can't do it. It will not stick to oil. The oil base will last longer than your polyurethane. Just saying. Thank you. But if you use the oil base, you'd have to close down the clubhouse, it would be longer. According to what they said about the vent, it would have to be vented out. Okay, so do we still have discussion? We have a motion on the floor in a second. Gladys.
Okay, so again, the motion, so that we can get this done before the curtains come in, and we don't have to close the clubhouse down at all, just the stage, is to accept the bid for Awesome Hardwood LLC. They will put 2 ceramic polyurethane coatings and 1 sealer coat after sanding and finishing the hardwood stage. I make a motion to accept this bid for $4,200. We've discussed, all in favor? Aye. And there is a line item for this, it comes out of reserves.
Jane, why not the curtain?
Yeah, why can't we take the curtain?
Why not the curtain?
We're coming to that, getting there. Okay, the next one, Roberta, you want to talk about unit reps, the unit rep one?
Well, finally, after many months of discussion, and reviewing the different original SOPs for unit reps, we finally have come to an agreement for SOP 3.1 and SOP 5.3. And the SOP for 3.1 is basically for the unit rep part. And that we have detailed so that they can go out, and our priority is for them to go out and meet with the new people when they come in. The packet that we have developed also for the new people that come in, that's given by the administrative staff, coincides with what we've done for the unit rep side. So we're trying to alleviate the problem of what's going on with people saying, I've been here, I've never seen a unit rep, I've never gotten a packet. So when you come into the administration building, you get a packet, okay? And that has the basic rules and regulations, bylaws, and things that we want you to know. And you have to sign for that. And there are other 720 requirements that you have to sign for. So that's their packet that they give in. And then when the unit reps go out to see the people, what they want to give you is all the information for all the activities and things that we have available here. We also have contacted United Way and the Sheriff's Office, and we have the different help and assistance lines that they have, so that anybody that needs any kind of assistance, we have those phone numbers available. We've also included all the BOD emails so that you can contact us. We're trying to make this as easy and open for everyone that just comes in to get all the information that we can possibly give them. So that's basically what 3.1 is, to help the unit reps get in and talk to all the people. We've also set the standards instead of just stopping over to people's houses with unannounced, not knowing whether or not they're going to be there or if they're interrupting something that they're already doing. We've initiated the fact that we try and call people to make an appointment so that we can come and talk to them and take time at their convenience so we can share that information and not have to be rushed. If in fact we don't hear from them right away, then we will leave a packet and keep on trying to come and meet them. And we also, right now, Jim had a really good idea, is we have a form, a piece of paper, a pad on the table with the unit reps that if you would like the unit reps to come and discuss anything with you, that they can write down your address and they will get in touch with you and come and visit you. So 5.3 is the one that is for the administration office. So that, as I said, is a whole new packet with as much information that possibly can give that you need to know about Brookridge and the rules and regulations. And 3.1 is basically what the unit reps themselves will do for the people in the community. Gail? Gail here? There she comes. There she is.
Gail Metcalf, Unit 6. I'm just checking on making sure that the SOPs that you've redone, especially for the new people packet, has, we always had these, like there was 3 papers in there that they had to sign.
Right.
So you're making sure that they're
They
signing.
have that, and they have to sign to say that they've received that information.
Perfect.
And there's a disclosure form that they also have to sign, the 720 disclosure form.
Yes, okay. Are you going to do anything about all the people that never got the packets? I know that's not the present board, you're doing it. But I know in the past, there's many people that did not receive those packets.
And that reason why we have that pad now at the table there with the unit reps is that if you've not received any information and somehow, for whatever reason, you've fallen through the cracks, because I know when I moved here, I never got any information either, so that you can sign your name and we will definitely get to you. And even what we have found now, that people that have seen their phone numbers and emails that are contacting them for other services, and that's what we want to do. We want to provide other services. So, you know, if you have a need or a question about something, that we were there to help. We're not there to just give you the packet and leave.
And I know that, unit reps, especially with the snowbirds, when they buy their homes, before they come down here, I know that's always a real problem. And, you know, there's some effort that you can get to those two, because they really need to sign those. papers.
Right, and we have the forms that we have, when they come and their deed is processed, a form is given to the unit reps, okay? So they follow up, and they know when the move-in date is and when they signed it, whether or not they're snowbird, when they're coming.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Lucille, do you have a question? Sure you do. Sure you do. She does. She pays attention, thank God.
Seal and uniform, more like a suggestion. In the past, when an SOP was changed, for us, the people looking at it, you could cross out what's been deleted by putting a line through the words and underline what's been added, and that would be helpful to us to know
Okay.
what changes were occurring.
The new SOPs are on our, okay, all right. Your question is what they do that for is the bylaws. They do that because when you rewrite the bylaws, they want to have everything what was there originally, okay? And then that standard isn't, and they don't usually use that standard for the SOPs.
Okay, my mistake.
But that's, no, it's not a mistake. It's just, you know, it's a clarification.
Yeah, because I always like to know what people are doing to make it different.
Okay.
And why, and then what's being left out and for what reason.
Okay, no, and we can make the old one available. I mean, all these SOPs are we have all these SOPs, okay, the old ones and the new ones. And if you want a copy, you can come to the office and get a copy.
Oh, okay. In the past, when I tried to get the SOP, they told me I had to pay for it, and it was like 200 or 300 pages.
Oh, no, that's
At
not,
one
no.
time, that's when I tried to get the SOPs.
If the SOPs are only usually one page.
No, I'm talking about all the SOPs.
Well, if you do not want the whole book, I mean, trust me.
Oh, anyway, I can always go up there.
Take one at a time.
I can always go up and look at the SOPs. That
Yes.
was available. Thank you.
Absolutely, yes, you can. Okay, motion to approve the revised 3.1 and 5.3 SOPs for the unit reps and the administrative unit reps. SOP.
Second. Any discussion?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Ring, ring, ring. Patty, do you want me to read this about the curtains, or do you want to speak on it?
We have had
Can you guys hear me now? We had several people in the community. The Brookridge on Review donated $500 already. The Wednesday night shows have been donating money. They've got almost $800 so far. And so everybody has, and the players, they donated a personal check to us. So and the ladies of Brookridge have donated money, and they don't even take in any money. So we did negotiate the price down. The price is down to $12,584.50 for the curtains. Takes 12 weeks to get them made, and we had planned on them coming in the end of May or first of June after all the shows are done. We just wanted to get the floors done before, and because these curtains in July are no longer up to code for fire retardant. The new curtains will be permanently fire retardant because they're made out of fire retardant material, so that's for life. And they're guaranteed for 1 year. So that's, if anybody else has got any questions, we're just asking for the HOA. Yeah, why are we paying for it? That's what I want to know, but they said it's not a line item.
Jerry, didn't you mention we have $30,000 in donated funds?
It's not earmarked for anything.
Yes, it is, earmarked.
Well, why can't we earmark it for some curtains? They belong to Brookridge. 30 days, am I right? Anything here 30 days belongs to Brookridge? Okay, I can answer that. I can answer the question.
Go ahead.
Okay. Get to the reserve page. I'll talk about the reserve page first, because people are asking if it can be paid out of reserve. Nothing's changed on this, except we added the back day what got voted on last year. Nothing else has been changed on this page. Clubhouse, audio, visual, equipment, bingo, cabinets, ceiling, acoustical, tiles and grids, light fixtures, floor coverings, vinyl, wood, tile, folding floor coverings, furniture, kitchen equipment, maintenance equipment, furniture, kitchen equipment, maintenance equipment, AC, phase replacements, restrooms, renovation, main hall, restrooms renovation, original 2 saunas, walls, metal siding, wood, windows, doors, floor covering, epoxy. No work on there, it has the curtains.
Okay, I agree with that, but you originally bought these curtains in 1993 when this building was added onto. You said furniture, we paid for the chairs, the audio equipment, Thursday night show paid for, the lights up here, Thursday night show paid for.
Well, they're
The lights,
acting
the
with
chandeliers and the
all
fans, we paid for. We're just asking you to help. And
Okay, the only, you asked about a line item the other day when I saw your paper. So, the line item you're talking about in facilities is building maintenance.
Right,
There is $10,000 on that line.
right.
But you look at the expenses for 24, 23, 22, you're spending almost $9,000. So you've only got $1,000. And then there's another line up there that says equipment and expenses, $10,000 as well. And then it goes out to 15. You take those 2 lines and you put them with what's on 24 and 23 on the back. That leaves maybe $4,000 on that line if it's put in the right line by a bookkeeper. So technically, you only got about $4,000. So that's where they come up with $8,000. Because I don't know how in the world you can pay for it when it takes every $10,000 of a chunk out of this. You're going to be over on everything else because building maintenance is certain things, and then the other line is equipment and expenses.
Are you gonna get anything?
Can you tell us how much you're gonna give us? We can figure things out.
Okay, this is what we came up with, okay. There's no line item in reserves to help with this cost and no clubhouse general fund. I know you wrote up here clubhouse general fund, but there wasn't one. I found that out, I didn't know.
We gotta get it up in one.
Motion, make a motion to donate, we can donate, we came up with $1,000 out of, but it's coming out of operating budget to help with the cost. I mean, it has to come out of operating, we have no choice for that.
I only got one question. These curtains are gonna protect you in case of a fire. Safety. Safety first. Forget about the money. Safety first. That's the issue. Safety. It's safety.
I understand that, Rich, I'm not just,
Then let's do a little more.
how do we, where do we have we don't have a safety line, budget line to put money, I mean, where do we get the money? Your suggestion, where do we get it? We just spend it and that's it?
Just like in the past.
Just like in the past, and look what happened.
We're still here. We're still here from 10 years to 15 years ago spending money. We're still here. We're still here.
The point we wanna make is that your insurance, after July, these curtains are not viable for the state laws. And so they've got to come down.
Well, they'll have to come down, definitely.
Right, so what would you do if we didn't pay for them? How would you do it? Your insurance would have.
Are curtains absolutely necessary? That's my question.
If you look behind those, right now, if you look up, you'll see duct tape. Those curtains are duct taped together on that stage for all the rips and tears. But if they come down, that's really.
So is there a less expensive option to cover up whatever's behind there and not put curtains up? I mean, I don't know, I'm.
We need to get bids on the floor. So how are we gonna get bids on a less expensive option? We want the curtains for our clubhouse.
We want the Cadillac, but you're gonna give us the Nova.
Rich or Patty, when did you find out that the curtains had to be replaced because of the fire retardant? When? When you found out?
I went and looked at the tag on the curtain that's right over there.
Okay.
When did you do that? When did I do it? When we started looking at all the duct tape and the rips.
But did you look at it last month? Did you look at it in December? Did you look at it?
I looked at it in January.
In January?
Yes.
So it would have been after.
Okay, that's why we're asking.
Because there is a tag right over here that says it. And that's the last.
No, I
one.
believe you. We believe you. We believe you, we were just trying to see about.
Okay.
We could have put it on the budget.
Yeah.
And then that way it would have created a line item for.
I would have done that, and you said you bought them originally in 1993.
I didn't even know when they were bought.
They were bought when this building was made, before the state was put in the first.
It helps with the sound, but the bands are up there, the actors are up there. Is there anything in acoustic? Why? Okay. Because it's not specifically itemized.
Use the mic, Sandy. Can't hear you.
Sandy Lewis, Unit 1. I said, because it's not specifically written as a line item, so everything in here that we've replaced is a line item. This is something that's not, but it has to be done. or we can't have acts here, we can't have anything here. It'll be a fire hazard.
Right.
It has to be done. You guys gotta find the money in reserves somewhere. What about the general donation fund or whatever? How can that money not be used? Some of it. You gotta be able to come up with more than $1,000 out of this budget.
$15,000 for these.
Well,
Okay,
I do it.
Well, this is another option we need to look into that I've not had an opportunity to get with Jamie on as well. The only possibility as far as donated funds go, we know that, let me go back to that page so I can explain it more. Okay, donated funds, I do know there's the 15,000 in there that came from the development committee. I mean, not the development. But we do know there's 5,000, or right at 5,000 that goes to the RV company. There's another 3,000 that goes to beautification. The question that I have to find out as well is, there's a possibility you can get it from, there's how much money's under the expo line, or the other one is the craft tables as well. So that could be another possibility of $2,000. I'm gonna say 2,000. I don't know.
Furnishing would be a possibility?
Well, it's not furnishings, there's not furnishings on those. So, but that's for the donated money. I know we're not using when we sell tables for the craft fair, there's no place that money is going that I know of. So we have to look back and see what donations were put in there over the last year and a half for the tables and for the expo as well. So that could be a possibility, so it could be a couple thousand. But, yeah, it's a long way, yeah. I mean, we could use this, but then we're gonna be short on everything else as far as those two items go for the clubhouse. So it's gonna be over on those. Yeah.
Sandy Lewis Unit 1, we've got to get these curtains ordered. It takes 12 weeks for them to get here. You figure out when that is, they won't be here when the shows start up. I think it should be considered part of the stage. I mean, you're doing floors, why can't you do the curtains? It's all part of the stage. How many stages have you ever seen without curtains?
I mean, it sounds good, Sandy.
It works for me. It works for all of us. I mean, it's not like the board's taking money and using it where we don't want to use like they have in the past.
True.
I'm not naming names. It's like we want to
Okay,
take money.
we're gonna revisit this. We are definitely gonna give $1,000 and we're gonna revisit it and see where else we can get money from. Jerry will sit, look at it. And Jamie, we are approving $1,000 and then we'll go from there as well. We just need to move on because. So I make a motion to give it at $1,000. Right now, we're giving $1,000 for the curtains. Second, who's second? All in favor? Aye. Okay, the pedestrian gate and the gate card reader. Those are good ones. Okay, it's not been functioning as it should be for years. It does not lock and is often kept open. So we have, what?
As are all the other dates.
We have bids from, one bid is from R&R Garage Doors. They will do all the work that's needed and it's $7,050. It's for, this is for, okay, it's for the pedestrian gate. There's gonna be fobs, it's gonna be magnetic. There's gonna be fobs. Anyone who's gonna need to use the pedestrian gate will have to come to the office and get a fob because you'll have to have the fob to open the gate. They're also going to redo the card reader because right now, the card reader does not function correctly as to when the card reader reads other decals, some people's others decals. It doesn't only read our decals, it accepts other decals. And we have tested this out. And we found out that that's what it does because of the kind of reader it is. So we have to have the reader replaced. So that's why the expense. I'll break it down, maybe. Not, but it has, I wish Public Works was here. I'll have them speak on another meeting about it, but they try to explain it, but they use all the magnetic this and, you know, all these components and, I don't know. So anyway. Okay. Ocean fencing. Same kind of thing, they're gonna do all the same stuff for $9,885. There's a line item for this. Florida Gate Masters. Same thing, they're gonna do all the same stuff, $9,323. So of course, we picked, so I want to make a motion to accept R&R Garage Doors, Inc. for $7,050. What? You won't need the card. The card don't even work right now because the magnet, it doesn't work. On the pedestrian gate, yes, fob only, yes. For the people, there's people in those mobile chairs and what? That's dangerous. And the bicyclists, there's a lot of bicyclists now in those recumbent bikes and everything like that. This is the discussion.
Patty Cummings, Unit 4. On these fobs, are they going to have to go up to during the admin hours, office hours to get a fob and then return it? Or is
No, it will be your fob.
Everybody's getting a fob?
You're a UBL. Anyone who needs a fob for the pedestrian gate only. Not everyone needs the pedestrian gate. So if you need a fob because you use the pedestrian gate, you'll have to come to the office to get that, and then it's yours.
How much is that charge for us?
That, I don't have the breakdown on that.
We have to
Yeah.
pay for the fob on top of the $9,000?
Well, we're gonna see how much the fobs cost, and then we'll see what we can do here. If we can buy the fobs with the reserve.
Jane, you have on that R&R Garage that you get a 25 pack for $300. Do the math on that. What does each fob cost?
That's only
you're
25, yeah.
If you're getting 25 fobs for $300. That'll tell them how much the fobs cost.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, can we add more fobs to this under the reserves? Because 25 is probably not gonna be enough.
And also, how many people use the pedestrian gate? You know, how many are we gonna need of fobs?
Would you like to table this and have Public Works speak to this? Yes. No, they're not fixing it. Peter made that go away for $6,000. No.
I have a question about the fobs. Can you hear me? I have a question about the fobs. Are they a line item on the reserves?
It's part of the gate. Sit down, Sandy. We're gonna table this. We're gonna table it. But everyone hear us, everyone that wants a pedestrian gate to work, you're hearing that we have to table this. Making a motion to table the pedestrian gate card reader. All those in favor? Before member comments, the Horseshoe Club, he has requested that it be tabled. So that's what we'll do. We'll table it. I'm making a motion to table the Horseshoe Club agenda item. All in favor? Aye. Okay, we're gonna open it. Wait a minute, that's not the last thing. The RV. We have a new form for the RV. And so it's basically, it's going from a 3-page, almost unreadable, and it's very redundant, to 2 pages. Karen and Ruth have devised this. We looked it over. It includes everything that was on the other 3 pages. So it simplifies it down to 2 pages, only 1 signature instead of 3. I make a motion to accept the new revision of SOP 10.1C. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. You're abstaining? Pickleball court. We're still waiting on bids. We have one, or I knew of one. We have 1 bid still for the pickleball court. So we still have to get 2 more. And that is in the reserves. Oh, yeah. We have someone, second person to come look at the courts this week. And we have two that we've called. We're waiting for callbacks. They haven't called back to even find out what we wanted.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew. I know this isn't on here, but we had a dead tree on Fitzpatrick that was losing branches. They were fearful because they were coming down the middle of the road. It was by the reservoir that we have out there on Fitzpatrick on the curve. So we did get 3 bids on that. Holly Tree came in. They took it down today. So everything is all set with that. We don't have to worry about when the storm comes. We're kind of worried with this last one, but it was $1,600 to have it taken down and have the stump removed. So I just wanted to let you guys know, dead tree gone. It was a really dead tree, kind of a Halloween creepy, so that's all set. Thank you. And we're gonna open for, oh, wait a minute, we have, yep, director's reports first. Director's reports, Richard? Nothing? Roberta? She gave hers.
I just want to say one other thing that we wanted to just let you know that in the past, there's been a problem with background checks. Apparently, houses were bought, background checks were supposed to be done either by the realtor or once the people were in here, which makes no sense. What if the background check doesn't come out well and they've already bought the house? So now we have a system in place that we get the background check first before the realtor gets their estoppel or anything. They don't get anything from us until the background check is done. So we finally figured that out. And the renters as well. They do not rent until their background check is done and we have the lease and everything. Also, the way we narrowed it down now to 3 houses, or if it passes, the way we're doing that is now we have a list of people that have 3 and more houses. And so when someone is buying and the realtor puts in the form and for us to check background check, we're also checking who's buying the house. And if they already have their 3 or more houses, we're telling the realtor they can't buy anymore. It's open to member comments. We'll go with the ones we have the papers on first, and then everybody can follow after that. So Lucille DeGuire? No, wait a minute. Okay, Barbara Foy? Barbara Foy first.
Oh, because my name was supposed to be called out for the, yeah, you said.
We're gonna let your voice rest.
I'll be behind. Is that okay?
Then Melody Quick. And then Lucille.
Okay, can you hear me? Because it's not really very loud. First thing I want to clarify, I need to put these on, you can't see me.
Can't hear you.
Okay, well, the mic's on, but it's not working. Hello, hello? Okay.
Name and unit first.
I'm Melody from Unit 1, and my first question is the correct date for the ballots to be turned in. On your paper, you had Monday, April 21st, but Monday is actually the 20th. Tuesday is the 21st. You're gonna have mass confusion and you're gonna get your ballots on wrong dates. But we don't all get the emails. So how are you gonna let everybody know?
Tuesday, the 21st, and that is the day for in-house voting. Anybody that hasn't voted to come in, no? Oh,
I was just informed, which I did not know, in-house voting is only for the budget. It's in the bylaws, and it's only for the budget, it's not for the. It's not for the board.
The
I was
elections,
just informed, I didn't know that either.
okay then, no in-house voting, but the last day to have the votes in the ballot box is the 21st.
okay, you are
I
gonna
mean,
get,
20, yeah,
no, Monday's the 20th.
Tuesday.
Monday's the 20th.
No?
It says that it's on Monday.
But-
I know that, I'm
Yeah.
saying in the bylaws, it says Monday is the last day.
But
They
if they,
have the wrong date on the paper.
correct, but are they not
That's
gonna
why I
accept
put
them
Monday.
till the 21st? Because you're gonna have a lot of people that when they read that, they're gonna say the 21st, they're not gonna turn them in till the 21st.
Are you gonna discontinue them? You're not gonna credit those? Because
So,
it's your boo-boos.
That's why I put Monday. It's Monday, the 20th. Monday, the 20th. We'll
But-
post it all over the place. We'll
And
put
You're gonna
signs
miss
in.
a lot of people still that stay in their homes, that don't get email, that don't go on Facebook, don't do anything in here but stay in their homes. You're gonna miss a lot of people. They're gonna turn it in on the 21st.
It's fine on Tuesday.
Tuesday's fine, okay.
We'll still count it.
Okay, they're still gonna count
I
it.
just
So
wanna make
we'll,
sure everybody gets counted. Okay.
Tuesday's good, okay.
Since we've talked about line items, I just have a couple questions, and you don't have to answer them today. I can drop one of these off at the office, and you can, next meeting, answer them, that's fine. Just want to know if the fencing out front that you put around all the weeds, if that was a line item, and how much did it cost? Okay, the second one, the white fencing around the grassy area, or you guys call it grass, it's weeds. The weeds over here and the weeds over here that we used to park on when we had way more people here than you have parking spaces. You put fencing up. How much was that? And was it a line item? Secondly, how much was the flashing speed signs? Was it a line item? And how much is the maintenance on those? Okay, so if you want to drop those questions off at the office or hand them to me. I will, but
Then
that's
we
why I
can-
said, give them
we can
time,
get
but
that.
we'd like a response by next meeting. I
We
will drop them
can't-
off.
We can't respond, next meeting is the annual meeting.
Is it annual meeting?
Nothing can be done till it would be the
Can
following.
you post it in? News and
Unless
Views?
you want to come and get that from the office.
We can come again.
We wanna know.
Well, we can do an email, make sure that you get it.
Not everybody gets the email.
I
don't
understand that, but
get
not
the
everybody
I
gets
don't get
regular
the
mail
email.
either.
I don't
I
get
don't know
email.
how you want me to do that. You tell me and we'll do that.
Can you put it in News and Views? Can you put it in the News and Views?
Oh, it's too late, where's Kelly?
How about the town hall? Are we gonna have a town hall?
Okay, you do it at the town hall? Okay, so I'm wondering about the fencing out front and the flashing speed signs. And I think you guys said, but I want to clarify this, how much was the final bill for the attorney for the litigation on these screens, when it'd been cheaper just to buy new ones yourselves? Screens? The TVs, everything was taken out of bingo? How much was the litigation on that? I remember I worked for courts and I worked for.
$10,000.
$10,000. And it was a settlement, right?
No, it was a deductible that we paid, and then the insurance paid another
Another
almost,
five.
well, 3,000, what have you.
Wouldn't it have been easier just to take them down and tell them come get them?
We tried that.
Well, once again, different stories conflicting all over the
I
place,
get
but I just was curious on how much money was wasted on attorney fees, because that's a lot. That's a lot. Okay, if we can get those answers by the next town hall, I will drop them. Well, I'll drop them off. I've got a copy here, but I'll drop one off at the office too, so you can certify it. Okay, but I'll do that too. That would be great if we could get it announced next time. I think everyone's curious.
Yeah.
Awesome. And can we get more chairs out by the pool? More chairs by the pool.
That's a line item.
My name is Barber Floyd.
Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Real close? Okay. My name is Barber Floyd, and I'm Unit 2. I have a couple of questions. One is the accountant, Jamie, that's supposed to be the so-called master accountant. I don't know if you're aware of it, but there's no such thing as a master accountant. You're either an accountant, a CPA, or an accountant, not a master accountant. She might have a master's degree, but if you look it up, that's not a master's accountant, okay? My question is, if we're paying her $750 a week for 2 days a week, wouldn't it be cheaper to get a bookkeeper in there every day for less than $750 a week for 10 hours? No, she's an accountant. She's not a CPA. She's not certified, yes. but not now. I think it's cheaper if we get a bookkeeper in 5 days a week, 7 hours a day. That would be less than $750 a week that we're giving her for 10 hours. Come on. This question is for you, Catherine. I believe it was back in January's board meeting that somebody questioned you about driving the code enforcement truck off the compound because you weren't insured to be driving it. You said you weren't aware of that and you were sorry it wouldn't happen again, correct? I'm not saying you have, okay? Why is it when an employer that was working here had his license suspended and you spoke to him on Friday and he told you, yes, it was suspended. I didn't know you needed to know because I don't use any vehicles in here other than maintenance carts that you don't need a license for. He said to you, I am getting my license back on Monday and I will show it to you. You told him that doesn't matter, you're fired. Could you tell me why he's fired and you're still sitting there? I know it was said because you recorded the conversation.
Well, I'm not sure what recording you were listening to, but I'm not gonna respond to an employee situation. If that person wants to come to me and talk to me about it, that's fine.
You know as well as I do.
I'm not responding to that question, so on to the next question, please. We can't speak to employees.
Okay, you didn't answer my question as far as the general manager, George. Is he qualified? Can we have a meeting with him before he gets hired for the position? Once he's hired, he's hired. We need to know if he's qualified, what's his background experience as a general manager before we hire him. You didn't answer it, you just moved on to the next question.
I did say that we would have George come in here and speak with you. The thing is the annual meeting is next month. We can do it at the town hall. If we can get, we can do it at the town hall. You can ask him questions.
We need to ask him these things before you actually hire him.
I agree.
Okay, the other thing, you mentioned about signs.
Yeah.
We can't put signs up.
No, I didn't say you can't put them up.
It's gotta have your approval.
No, not mine. That goes to the board.
Okay.
Or it goes to Kelly here at the clubhouse because she knows what the guidelines are for the.
Okay, just a point I'm not understanding that the 720 says we have the right to have a recall. And let me finish, please.
I'm not
Because I
talking
just
about
want
the recall.
clarification. No, I'm not discussing, I'm discussing the signs.
Okay, so the signs for the
The
recall.
signs that were put on the doors here,
Uh-huh.
that Jane removed on 2 occasions, which is our legal right to have those signs posted.
As long as the clubhouse manager date stamped them and they approved them.
That's not in the
They
720.
have to be on the bulletin board in the appropriate manner.
That's not part of the 720.
They're
Okay?
part of our rules.
So therefore.
And in the 720s, I would like you to read that 720. It says, unless it otherwise states in your governing documents, which is what it does.
Okay.
Okay.
So you have left us no alternative but to put signs in our yard. Why can't we put
Well,
a
you
sign
can't put
on
a sign
our
in your
property?
yard.
Okay, how about outside the gate? A private business put a sign up in their window and somebody in this community, I'm not gonna name them right now because we're checking his tape, he's got it on video, went in there and threatened to take them down or else he was gonna have the store vacant.
Well, I can't speak to that. I don't know what took place there, so I don't.
Where can we put these signs?
I don't.
It's our right to have these signs to get signatures.
As long as they're done in the appropriate manner.
Okay, but it also states in the 720 that you're supposed to make a room available here in the clubhouse. They've asked for dates that we could use a room, and you've never gotten back to any of them. Why is that? Are you afraid of something?
If you want answers to those questions, you can come to the office and get them. I don't have them right
No,
here.
give us all an answer in this room. You have residents.
Okay, so this is what took place, and I didn't want to say this, but the attorney has told us that we are to ignore it for right now.
Your attorney.
No, your attorney.
No, not our attorney.
Your attorney.
What is his name and number? Because our attorney's telling us differently.
Well, I can't.
And so has the state. I personally have called the state, and I got guidelines on this.
So did I.
Okay, good, I'm glad to hear that. But we are entitled to put signs up. It's our community, yours and all of ours. Let's let the residents know what's really happening.
Okay, so
I have a simple question.
Go ahead.
I know you're angry about not being the chairman on the RV. I know that happened and that made you angry.
Now that you brought
hold
that up.
it, we were listening to you.
Okay, I'll listen. Go ahead.
You have not come up, you have not given any solid reasons for recall except they've done a lousy job. They don't know what they're doing.
That's not true. That's not true. Did you?
I asked and that's what I was told.
Did you read your paperwork that you were given? That's not true. Read the paperwork. The reason for this recall is you're not allowing the residents to have any say. The board is making every single discussion. We try as residents to bring up a discussion. Either you adjourn the meeting or you talk over them. That's what's been happening here for the past several months. And now that you brought up the RV park, we didn't leave because we weren't the chairman. Let's get down to the nitty. How can you allow a chairman to go into your files, that's personal information on people in that RV park, have a stranger go through those files, and the two of you sat there in that meeting and said, you can't have that, she can't be the chairman. But after that meeting, oh yes you did, don't deny it. After that meeting, I left, she asked for a personal meeting with Catherine and you, and all of a sudden, oh yeah, she's the chairman again. I could care less whether I was chairman or not. She's got people going through the files that were never sworn in. That's personal information for these residents. She has no right to have an outsider look at them. None. That's why we're not on the RV committee.
Calm down.
I'm looking at the timer. I reset it twice. Who said that? Put my phone down.
You're supposed to turn your phone off. You tell everybody
My phone
to
is
turn it
not
off.
off because we don't have a timer here, so I'm using it as a
So
timer.
you gotta
Don't put it on.
Then put your phone off.
Thank you, Alan. Okay.
We appreciate it.
It's always her rules. By the way, the recall petition is at 14301 Starcross, again this Sunday from 12 to 4, everybody. That's me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I guess I'm still, I'm running out of voice. At the town hall meeting,
It's not with the back chat, we can't hear.
at the town hall meeting, I had asked a particular time that it was decided, and how was it decided about not having people that live here work here? Can you clarify? You said you checked into it.
I started looking, but I haven't finished. Because I really cannot remember when we did that, but I started looking, I'm going kind of backwards. Reading minutes, because I really can't. Because I have no idea. I think it was way long, a year or more ago, but I don't know. So I started like at October August, somewhere in there, and going backwards to see if I can find where we had a meeting, a special meeting, not emergency, but a personnel meeting about that.
Yeah, where it was voted on and agreed upon by everybody on the board. Correct.
Correct.
That's it, all of a sudden, we are finding out, and my concern is basically, if there are good people in here that are good, they have good work ethics, and yet they've never applied before, but now they'd like to, they're barred from doing it. And that doesn't make it very fair, I think, just because somebody has an idea that if you live here, you would be not a good worker. I don't understand the rationale.
I was the biggest proponent for people working, that lived in here to work in here. I was the one that they had to really convince the reasons why. But I got convinced at a meeting here when an employee, one or two employees were just creating a chaos, and I saw the reason why not to do that.
Okay, that's one or two employees.
True, but that's all it takes.
And then you just forget about having anybody else have the opportunity.
Doesn't mean it can't come back in the future.
Okay, that's all I needed to know.
I mean-
That it is not a solid policy.
It's not, it's in the rules and regs, but
It's in the rules and regs.
it's in the employee handbook.
Okay. Well, it's because they've been hiring people all along, and now you're saying it is in the employee's handbook, which I'm not privy to look at. Okay.
Gail Metcalf, Unit 6. I was gonna come up here on something totally different, but I do have to, just respond to something that, that is going on. You can't hear me? Oh my gosh. All right, Gail Metcalf, Unit 6. I have something totally different to discuss, but I really have to address something right now. In our rules and regulations and in our deed restrictions, it says very specifically there can be no signs on anybody's lawns, and the only signs that there can be would be for sale signs for homes only, either in a window, and if the window isn't, it can be attached to the house. I've seen some signs that don't belong there, and I did report one today, and it was not one of those signs, it was a roofing sign. There can be nothing. That is, we start doing that and we're gonna lose it all, so that is the reason why you say no to people putting signs up, okay? Because there's a deed restriction and there are rules. So it might be a good idea to look up which ones those are so you can respond the next time. I'm gonna change gears here. I am part of an association that gathers used plastic bags. What we do is we fold them, cut them, and we crochet them into mats for the homeless. Each of these mats takes between 11 and 12,000 bags. So I spend hours folding and cutting. I'm not a crocheter, so I have a couple of people that's doing it. The board and Kelly is gracious enough to still allow me to keep the bags out there on it's a trash barrel, and it says for the bags only. Well, I came in last Friday, and whoever had a social hour before that, during the week, they threw squished up cans of beer. I had beer all over, and there was some trash in there that had food stuff on it. And I could not use one of those bags. Now, I didn't throw them away because our mission also is to keep them out of the landfill. So I've got to take them to Walmart and have them brought there. but I have to tell you, it stunk and it was disgusting. And it was awful that there was about 1,000 bags that I could not use for these homeless people. So I'm asking all of the clubs, all of the social people, please remind your people, do not put any rubbish in the bin over there. It goes over there. Okay, I would certainly appreciate that, and the homeless people do too.
Rago, Unit 6. I've been a member in this community since 1999. This place has been a beautiful place to live. Been very receptive to everybody that's been in here. Been receptive to every group that's been in here. Every club that uses this clubhouse, everything. We started a little project where we had a nice outing for members of our club. We used to do a potluck. We started out first year potluck at one man's house. The second year we did a luncheon at another man's house. The third year we grew so big, we came to the BCPO and asked the secretary at the time if we could get a date to use this clubhouse to have our function. We were given a date. We told them what date we were requesting. They gave it to us. From that time, it's 2002 until 2025, we have requested a date into this clubhouse. Every member of our club is a member of the BCPO. We pay our HOA dues religiously. Now, all of a sudden, we are told that we are no longer entitled to use this facility without running it. We used to get it just like every other club. Horseshoes, bingo, what do you call it, the gamblers over here. They all get to use this facility for nothing whenever they have an event, if the date is available. I want to know why all of a sudden this board has taken it on themselves to tell us that we now have to pay $100 an hour from the time we set up until the time we leave this facility to use it.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Who told you that? Okay.
Okay.
What's the club?
Okay. Club is the Ryder Cup Club.
Golf club. Golf club.
Part of the golf club.
The golf club.
Oh, it's the golf.
But the event is the Ryder Club dinner. Okay? We have how many members in the golf club? 300-400 people that are members. We all pay our dues religiously. Most of us pay them at the beginning of the year, and we pay them in full for the year. I want to know why we are no longer given the right to use this facility.
Kelly?
I just wanted to respond that the way it's been since I've been here, if you have a club packet and everybody fills out one for the year, and if I have that in the drawer, I have not seen a Ryder's Cup club packet, then those clubs may request a time, and if there's not outsiders, there would not be a charge.
How long have you been here?
I've been here since July 15th of 25.
Okay. We have requested this at the beginning of the year for the following year since 2002.
Do you have a club
We
packet?
always would get our packets out
Okay.
here, and it was always available to us.
Yes, so
Okay, so this year, we were told we could no longer use this facility.
my thought is, if you would like to fill out the packet, we get your club approved, and then as if you're not asking outsiders, my understanding is you would not be charged a fee, like the men's club, the ladies' club, the, ceramics.
Explain to me why we would not be approved.
I don't have that answer. I'm not on the board. I know that every club is approved through the board. It's not a big process. If you'd like to sit with me, I can help you fill that out.
Okay, like I said, we've been filling them out every year. We
Okay.
religiously fill them out
Well, then
every
let's
year.
sit down together and figure it out.
Okay, I'll be up
Right.
to see you. Don't get that one.
There's no outsiders that play, correct? Everyone that plays lives here,
Everybody that plays are members of our golf association.
then there should not be a problem.
Okay.
Just fill out the packet.
We always have.
There's just gonna be a kitchen, the kitchen is gonna have a deposit. It just has to be cleaned when you leave, and then you get your deposit back. That's all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Vivian Blair, Unit 4. I forgot to mention on the 4th of July, everything's gonna be in here, not out there. Just the golf cart parade will be out there, so you'll be in the cool. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. It's 9:00. Oh. Oh.
Hello. Susan Schaefer, Unit 3. Who does the background checks? Background checks, when people move in here, like a renter, who does that? The front desk and code enforcement?
No, they don't do it, they send it to a company.
So somebody has to go there and apply, okay. On the 16th, which was this Monday, a gentleman moved in here, I'm sure you all saw it, at file. He's a renter, and a resident came to the office and spoke with you, Miss Catherine. Catherine, he spoke with you, she spoke with you, and you said, even though they're a felon, they were here before this happened, so it's okay to let them in. We checked it out, we checked it out, and this person never lived here. That was your answer.
The person that you're talking about.
Yes.
Has a background, and we were told that if he was in here prior to his incarceration, and this was the last known address that he had, he would come back to the last known address that he had. And according to the sheriff's department, that's the last known address.
No, ma'am, I have it all here. Anybody can go on Google and print it out themselves. He's never lived in here. He still has a home in Odessa, Florida. He's a pedophile, okay?
Okay, so
And this is what we're, okay, so he has to
So
pay
we'll check
background
into it
check.
further, but according to the sheriff's department.
Oh, here we go.
This was his
You
last
have a lawyer or
known
you have a sheriff
address.
to back you up all the time.
I'm
I'm just saying, you're full of crap, lady. You better start straightening this. We don't want this in our place.
Okay, so that's being really, really disrespectful.
I'm not being
You're
disrespectful.
being disrespectful, so that's the end of the conversation.
I'm not. Is that being disrespectful?
You are
Come on.
being disrespectful. I've asked you to.
I don't have to respect you because you don't respect us. Disrespectful. What? It annoys me when people stand there and they lie to you because you know she was confronted by this. There's a few residents that went up and asked you about it.
But I'm not gonna answer you as long as you're screaming
I'm
and
not
talking at
screaming.
me.
I'm
You
trying to
ask me a question and I will respond.
Well, there's no,
I have the printout from the sheriff's department
that his address was here.
No,
I
you
do.
show it to me right now. I have it here.
I'm not at the office. I can't give that to you.
It's all right here. I'll give you the addresses.
Well, I mean,
You want the address where he lives?
you know,
For how long? I'll tell you.
Google is like AI.
Ma'am,
I'm just saying. So,
This is from
at
the
any rate,
sheriff's
do you have any other questions or
no,
concerns?
this is from the sheriff's.
I just
department.
said, if you want to come tomorrow, we will show you. It came from the sheriff's department.
This came from the sheriff's department as well.
It came from
This is his site.
Okay, I'm
That's
just
what I'm
saying,
trying to explain to you.
I think, unless you have another question,
Did this person pay for a
do you
background check?
have another question?
This is the question I'm asking.
Okay, come to the office and ask the same question.
Go tomorrow, you get the same thing that I have?
Okay, very good. It is 9:07 on March.
Wait a minute.
I can't help that I being blocked.
Catherine, there's some questions.
There's some questions on YouTube, okay.
The lady just said, please don't forget our questions.
Oh,
Just a couple quick ones. Unit 3, Sandy Hoops. Are the Wednesday morning meetings town halls or workshops?
if we don't have anything to vote on, it's a town hall. If we have something to vote on, it's a workshop.
Okay. The next one says, the law states you do not have to have a reason to vote. Please read your Florida as 720s. Okay, and then the last one, Unit 3, Sandy Hoops. Jerry said, I believe we have $1 million in Capital City Bank. How is that much money insured by FDIC?
This has been covered many times. It's the same way. It's safe at Brandon Bank and it's safe at Edward Jones and that's it.
Excuse me, can I just ask one more question, please? When you have emergency meetings, who's included in them? When the board has an emergency meeting, who gets called to them? Just the board members? Okay, why is Jerry Kraft included in that? Every time you've had an emergency meeting, her car is right there at the main office.
She's never a part of those meetings. Only board members, that's an emergency board meeting.
Richard, could you come up and say your little spiel, please, about what you want to do?
It's just weird to see a light.
My name is Richard Ross.
Have your attention!
And I live
He's
at
speaking.
8028 Town Rose. I don't know what unit on there.
Can't hear you.
Yes. My name is Richard Rosso and I live at 8028 Del Rose. I'm not sure what unit I'm in. But 6. But anyways, I'm a licensed barber in the state of Florida. I would like to offer an on-site barber services to residents within our community for convenience and accessibility. Purpose and benefits to the residents Many residents may find it difficult to travel for grooming services for transportation, mobility, and scheduling challenges. Providing barber services within this community would offer convenience and accessibility, support residents' confidence and well-being, create a social community building experience, add a value to the amenities offered here. Location, small unused room or designated shared space, scheduled Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. or to be determined. Services, haircut, beard trims, hot towel shave, grooming services, no chemicals will be used. Appointments based on with optional walk-ins and pricing affordable for senior-friendly rates. Fully licensed in the state of Florida, will follow all sanitation and safety guidelines, maintain clean and quiet professional environment, will carry any required liability insurance by myself. I am open to discussing a space fee or other mutual benefit agreement with the board. I believe an on-site barbershop would be a valuable addition to our community and enhance the quality of life for the residents. I respectfully request the opportunity to move forward with this proposal and discuss the next steps.
Okay, Richard. I do see that you're licensed. I mean, that's, the only thing we don't know is how this impacts us, like what health department kind of thing we would have to have for you to use a room. We don't know, and you'd have to have a sink, you'd have to have access to a sink, correct?
I have to have a sink because I'm not using chemicals.
Okay,
There would be no.
so you say hot towel shaves, how would you?
Hot towel shaves, I use a microwave to heat the towel. And a spray bottle to spray the towel before I put it in the microwave.
We're definitely gonna have to check with insurance to see what our liability is and what
Liability,
we would have to do.
I would carry up to $2 million in liability insurance.
Okay,
And-
all right.
And the state would have to come in and inspect me every once in a while.
Correct.
I think it's probably once every 6 months they're gonna come in, just to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. I've been doing this for 58 years. I still own a barber shop in Buffalo, New York. I have 6 barbers that work for me. I've been living in this community for the last 2 years, and I also belong to the church here, the Brookridge Community Church.
Okay.
I
I think it's a wonderful thing, and I think you have a lot of customers myself, but we really do have to follow. First of all, we would have to put it on an agenda and we'd have to vote for it, but that is after we talk to our insurance rep and find out what the ramifications are on us. Okay,
And
now.
I would carry my own liability insurance for $2 million.
Okay. That's a lot. Okay. What we'd have to do though, to vote on this is we have to put it on an agenda at another board meeting. So it's going, our next board meeting in April is the voting meeting, so there's nothing else that happens at that meeting, so we can't be on that agenda. So it really wouldn't make it until the May meeting. Unless there's other things that come up, we can move it to one of our extra meetings that we have that are usually town halls. But if we could make it another meeting where we could vote, okay?
Would you like me to be here when?
You should, yes, you should.
And what date?
Your phone number is on here, okay. Your phone
What
number.
date is that again?
Well, we don't know yet, because our next meeting is a town hall, as far as we know right now, unless there's other things that need to be voted on, okay? That would be April, that's the first week of April, the first Wednesday in April.
Well, again, I've been listening to all these money problems that they have here, and again, I would be willing to pay a fee for rent.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna have people come in off the street. I'm not gonna advertise off the street. I want to do just.
Would be residents only, okay,
I don't want that.
okay.
Yeah, so you have my telephone number and you.
Yes, your telephone number is on here, so we'll keep you posted what date we're gonna put you on the agenda, okay?
I appreciate your time.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you for having it well written too. This is very well written.
Thank you.
Okay, it's 9:20, 9:18, we're gonna adjourn the meeting. I make a motion to adjourn the meeting, all in favor? Aye. Okay, okay, meeting adjourned.